Hi, I hope you're able to hear me out, and I'm sorry that it has taken us some time to come live. There was some technical problem. And are you able to hear me out? Let me check it out if there is someone here. One, two, three, four. So I can see that you can hear me out. Um, I'll just wait for someone. If there's anyone here, just to check that you're around, just write a message, anything, just say hi and just click send on that. I'll come to know that you're around, please. I understand there's someone here, and if you can just click hi or anything, I'll make sure that you're able to hear me. Just let me know that you're able to hear me out. Hello, I say again. I just would like to know whether you're able to hear me before I go live. I'm live already. Anyone here, just type a message and let me know that it is okay on your side. You're able to hear me out. Thank you. So I understand that there are two people now. Please say hi. Um, uh, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you hear me out? Hi. I'm just waiting for your message. If you just send me a chat message, anything on the chat line, on the live chat, just type something and let me know so that I know that you are listening to me. Otherwise, I'll just be speaking like that. I'm not very sure that you're able to hear me out as it should be. Anyone more? One, two, three, four, five. I'll just check it out. Hold on, I'll just come. I'll just check it out. Hold on for 1 second. I'll just be here. Yeah. So just wanted to let you know that uh, I'll start anyway, and I'll try to record it and let everyone get a copy of it. Um, I understand that there is a new friend who has just come. Um Welcome. In case you can hear me out, please just write something here on the chat line so that I know my voice is reaching you. Uh, please say something. Please write something, and I'll be able to make out that you're able to hear me out. Hello. Anyway, we'll start today. So, um, I'm Naveen, a life coach and a motivational speaker. Weekly, I've been posting on positivity, on minimalism, on stress management, time management, and for students. And these videos were based on my personal experience, and I wanted to share it with all my viewers who are here, who have been appreciating those videos. Today, we are going to talk about work life balance. Time management and stress management will include those two factors here. Since you have, for those who are very new to my channel, I just would like them to know that if you would like to receive the latest releases on videos, my videos, so please subscribe to my channel. And in this way, you'll get notified about which topic is coming and by when it is coming. And right now, I would like to tell you that when we speak of work life balance, the first thing that I would like to let you know is that your life is important. So you got to take care of it. Now, when we talk about work life balance, it was a concept developed after it was found that many people were not able to perform correctly at work. And why they were not able to perform? Because either they were facing burnout, or they have overworked, or they have not taken proper care of themselves, or probably the management was putting too much pressure on those people who were working, and they could not manage their life, neither the work front. So they were having lots of difficulties to cope with this situation. So work-life balance was a concept created so that an individual is able to perform well at work and in his personal life too. Considering that your life is from your birth till you leave this, and whereas your work life is only part of it, and your work life represents approximately 50% or less of your full life. So I would say from this perspective itself, your life is more important than your work. Therefore, my first statement was your life is important, take care of it. Now, whatever we are doing, whatever activities we do in our life, actually it impacts our life. Because if you see, as another example, many people after retirement, they do not know what to do. They find themselves in a blank kind of situation. They really do not know um, how to carry on with life. They were very active, very, very active in their professional life. They were actually identifying themselves with the workplace, with the work, with the title, with the status they had. And once that work has left them, or they have left their work, they are no more working, they do not actually know what to do all the time and how to actually move forward with their life. And these people, they do suffer. You will find that there's a big change coming in them because they have given importance, due importance to something, thinking that this was everything. This was everything that they had, their work. But work is not everything. Work is meant to support you in your life. And you have to take it as such. It is just a means of support. If tomorrow, many among us, if you happen to get a lottery, you happen to get a good amount of money, many of us wouldn't like to work, would say, oh, if I can live without working, whatever I have got, that would be very fine. And I like to go without working. Thank you, Jenny, for joining in. I'm happy that you're here. If you got any question, you can let me know. Just to remind you that we have been talking about what all videos I have been sharing with you. It includes on time management, on stress management, on minimalism, how to achieve success, and so on. And lately, we have spoken about work-life balance. So coming back to that, we were saying that life is important. It is more important than your work. You work only for a certain period in your life, which is approximately 50% of the time that you're working. And so your life is longer than your work life, I would say, like your work span. And one should pay attention to life. There are many examples I can give you for that. If you may find or you may have seen many people who have got quite some good amount of salary, good pay packet, good paycheck, and still they are not happy in their life. On the other hand, you may find people who are not working, but they are happy in their life. And even if the work front is not going so good, they're not earning so much. They're happy um, living their life fully. I would say they're enjoying their life better. So we have to pay attention to our life, right? Because life is something which is longer lasting than your work life. And I would say life is permanent or even eternal. The eternal part of life I'm not going to discuss today. This is another subject in itself, whether life is eternal or temporary. That we can catch up in some other live stream. But suffice to tell you that one need to have a balance and understanding that life is more important than your work. Work is there to support your life. Do not make your work become more important than your life. Then what will happen at some point? Again, you'll start feeling some kind of blank. You don't know what to do, and that will not be good for you. If anyone who is working in this world come to understand that yes, my life is important and my work is just there to support my life, already half the battle is won. That person will automatically start thinking about how to make himself easy, how to make his life become meaningful. He will not just concentrate on his work, come back home just to sleep and say, oh, I'm doing great, I'm working whole day, whole night. I come home just to recover to go back to work the next day. There may be circumstances in certain countries where certain people do not do so by choice, but they are forced to do so out of poverty, out of the work culture and system that prevails in those places. They really do not have a choice. They have to work hard and they have to work day and night to be able to fulfill their professional obligation, and no one cares about their life. At that time, for them, maybe, well, I would say it's a very sorry state of affairs, but yes, they have to work that way. Nothing can be done because maybe the managers are exploitative, the system is exploitative, and that individual worker is not powerful enough to fight them out, to fight all of them out. So, in order to survive and make his family survive, he has to take that pain. It's very sad, but it does happen. But rather, I'm talking, sorry, about those people who have a choice. You have a choice, you should know how to exercise that choice. Um, in your work life, in your personal life, you would like to do many things. In your work life, also, you would like to do many things, many good things. One way of proceeding is while working in whatever position you are, wherever you are working. Sometimes you may have the full support of your superiors. Sometimes you may have a 50% support. Sometimes they just don't care. You will find all these varieties of relationship, of work relationship. In all these cases, what is in your hand. You please do that. Your own work life become easy. Now, how can you do that at your work life? I'll give you an example. Let's say you're working as a receptionist, and what does a receptionist do? A receptionist receives call from people calling that organization, either to connect to someone known to them, or to look for information, or just to buy those services or those products which that organization is providing. In all the cases, you will see that, hi Samir, welcome back. And you will see that people, very often, your boss, your supervisor, I have seen that happening, asking the receptionist, hey, can you tell me after 15 days, asking her or him, can you tell me how many people, how many new customers have called? Or how many old customers have called? How many complaints we have received? Things like that. Now, what does that receptionist do? She's got one book or he's got one book. Calls are recorded, important calls are recorded, like someone willing to call, someone willing to connect to someone. It's recorded. Important ones, of course. Now, going through that list, it may be a list of a month. So you have to keep on, looking page by page, finding out who is a new customer, who is an old one, who was just here to connect with someone, all these kind of things. Now, that receptionist, no one has told her or him anything. But what he has done, he has observed his own work. He's a master of his own work. He knows how to do it. Now, what he has to do, he has to see how he or she can simplify his own task. How you can simplify your own task as a receptionist. If you're aware that every month, every 10 days, or every now and then, your boss keeps asking you, tell me how many new customers have called, or how many complaints we have received, or whatever information which is quite common. So you may keep books separately for them. You may keep a books for new customers only. You may keep one for those seeking information, or even you can place in the same way, seeking information. On the remote, you put seeking information. And all customers, you put them in another book, just another book altogether, whereby you'll be able to follow them up in case they're having any trouble. That would be helpful. Now, whenever your boss now asks you, how many new customers have come? You can just open your book, new customers. No one has told you this. You can just say, okay, from this month, from the beginning of this month, I can see 10 people have called. And what he can do, the boss, what he can do is he can take that list readily, even if he asks you to take out the list and send it to him, he'll be able to manage it much faster and much easier. You take that list, you send it to him, and he can process it, give it to someone to follow up with those new customers to find whether they can become a good customer of that company, and information that we're requiring. If it hasn't been given to them properly, someone may follow it up with them and get it done. Similarly, for the old customers, it's important to take care of the customers, because the customers make a business, an organization work. And I would say every worker, every employer should be very careful and grateful and respectful towards every single customer. Always remember, a customer coming to your office calling you might be, in terms of value, he might be contributing very few. He may be buying something for a few dollars or whatever. But always remember, thousands of customers like them contributing a few dollars to your business organization, um, they are able to make that organization live. I can see a question here. Sometimes our employers are never satisfied with our work or initiatives. Yes, I understand that, Jenny. From your part, I would say only one thing. You have to be very clear in your mind that you are doing your work honestly. That is first point. If someone doesn't want to be happy with you, doesn't want to be satisfied with you, your criteria will be I'm doing my work honestly. And if you are doing your work, honestly, you don't have to worry about the rest. Because always remember one thing, um, to do your work correctly, it is in your hand. To be satisfied or not satisfied for your boss, it is in his hand. What will satisfy him, what will not satisfy him, up to what level he will be satisfied, that you cannot. That doesn't mean that you will not pay attention to what he's telling you. He may be out of experience telling you something. He would like you to go in certain direction, to work in a certain way that would bring better result for the organization. But if you're not able to understand that, you can just ask him directly, sir, look, you have told me to do better. This is what I'm doing. And in which way do you think you told me to do it like this? Okay, I can do it like this. And if you have an opinion there, you can say, I'll do it, but I do not think the result will be the same other way I'm doing it. However, since you are the superior, I can do it. And then we'll see the result and then we'll decide. You can go that way. This is one way to go about it. Don't remain too silent at work when something is being told to you, because you are the one doing the work. There are two possibilities here. Either because of doing that work, whatever you're doing, you're quite tuned to it, you know the ups and downs, you know the difficulties, and you know how to overcome them. So you will be able to tackle those tasks very easily. That is one. But your manager, your boss, sometimes they join at a very high level. They have some ideas which is very theoretical, and it lacks some practical initiative. So they are not able to appreciate it from the same angle like what you're doing. So maybe you have to talk it out with them. And I'm sure uh, with some reasoning they might be able to understand it. So do not take it that bosses are always negative or workers are always negative. Speak it out. Maybe you can strike a balance in between where you can still communicate and allow your point to be heard, and you can take on board whatever they are saying also, and do it like in whichever way they want you to do certain things. It does happen like when I was working in various organizations. This question, like I said, to reduce the time and the work of any worker, I was always looking into that, even from the organizational perspective. Anyone, any manager, in order to take a good decision, he should have some refined data. He should have some processed data. If, like I said, for the receptionist, you just keep collecting data like this, and you just place the book in front of him, he will take lots of time to be able to understand the book itself, and maybe whatever information he would take from that, it will just eat up his time and he will not be able to understand much out of it. So, reducing your own workload, finding out processes for yourself, how to reduce your time in doing certain tasks, it will help you. It will make you give less time and effort into doing some tasks. It will be relieving for you. You know, there's lots of studies which are being done on work study. What they come, these guys, they come, they will sit with you for a week, they will see how you're working, what all you're doing. Then they will formulate a process whereby they will try to reduce your workload. You will do the same amount of work, your output will be the same, but your effort will be less. Your time taken will be less. So I would say such kind of initiatives, you can yourself take it. Uh, it will give you an edge in your work life. It will give you an edge in your life itself, that you have been able to do something, you're creative at work, you have been able to create a process way. So do pay attention to this part. Now coming back to your life, similarly in your life, um, you have to decide what kind of life you want. The first thing, make it a kind of life which is optimum, which is what you would like, which is the best kind of life you would like. And then see in your life part, in your personal life, what are the things out of the best thing that you would like to do, you can do. What are the things you cannot do, you feel you can't do because there's no time. or the system, the process, or the opportunities are not there. I would tell you one thing. If you go for the videos that I have given you, we have spoken about an activity log. Well, it's a task that you have to do to fill that activity log, know what kind of activities you're doing. It's a very scientific way of doing that. But if you find yourself it's too hard work to do that, to go and fill up an activity log for a week for your life and for your work separately, you can just reflect on it. What are the things you would like to do on your life? And at what point, what is the obstacles? You're not having enough time. You find yourself lacking the opportunities to do so. When you come back home, you're too much into TV, too much into social media, or you're engrossed in something else that you're not able to do whatever you wanted to do on that day. You end up doing just one or two activities. So I would say, after studying your own life, what next you can do is try to think what are the things you have to reduce, activities that you have to reduce. Any activity that you undertake in your life after working, after coming back from work. Suppose you have to read a book, and then book is very interesting, or you have to watch a movie or some documentary, or you have to make some research. Now, do not make it a research or a book reading for the whole night up to next morning. You know it is important. This is your main thing that you wanted to do. Fair enough. Out of the 4 or 5 hours that you'll get once you come back home, give it 2 hours. 1 hour for yourself to relax, to eat, to dine, and so on. Another 2 hours maybe to do for other activities, which will you'll spend half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, or many other activities which you'll spend a little time. Like you may wish to put an order in your room, and that's 15 minutes. So you say, okay, I'll give it 15 minutes. Another 10 minutes, maybe just to scroll on the social media, and you do that. But if you spend 2 hours just on social media, and this is what is eating up your time, then you have to do something about it. You have to see what are the things which are eating up your time. Believe it or not, uh, time is available uh, for doing what you need to do. Life has given you enough time. It's given you the required amount of time to do what you want to do and what you need to do. It is just that you have to plan it. If you don't plan it, if you don't go according to a plan, then what happened? You're going to waste your time. It happened with me. Sometimes it still happens that you spend more time than required on one issue. Even if it is not being solved, you keep spending time and then you're late for some other activity. Sometimes you have to let go. And you have to understand that you're not here to solve all issues on the same day at the same point in time. Some issues, however hard you may try to solve, it will take its time. This is something to remember. You will find that solving capabilities, um, solving problems in life is not the same for everyone. You may find that some people um, put very little effort and they are able to solve the problem very easily. And for the same type of problem, other people spend weeks, they're still not able to get the result. So there is a whole lot of theories, there is a whole lot of understanding which comes into life that why some people just put a little effort, they're able to get through, others have to put more effort, and then they are able to get through. And this is another explanation for it. But what I want to say in your life, whatever activities you do, it's around your life. And since work occupies a major portion of your life, whereby you feel independent, you're independent financially, it gives you status, it gives you power, it gives you authority to do things that you want in your own life, it gives you the power to plan your own life. So we give it more importance than any other part of our life. But always remember, life itself, your personal life, is supersede your work. It's more important than your work. Keeping that in mind, you have to plan your work and your life accordingly. And in your life, in your workplace or whatever, we spoke about stress management. Whether you want it or you don't want it, worries will come to you. You will be anxious. Um, Problem will come, whether we want it or we do not want it. In fact, as a sign, I always say that when we were born, we all cry. So it's a sign that things are not so good here. We start by crying. Well, I don't want to say this is explanation for that, but just to let you know that from the king to the pauper, everyone have challenges. Everyone has got challenges in the life. Everyone faces challenges, some big, some small. Some have got more resources, the challenges are bigger. Some have got less resources, the challenges are smaller. But challenges, everyone faces challenges. So these challenges sometimes, when you're not able to cope with them, when you find your ability to deal with those challenges are inadequate, this is how you get stress. So stress is part of your life. You're going to get it. Only thing is you have to understand is how to manage it. The very fact that you understand that, okay, I am going to get some worries at work, at my workplace, in my life. So you should be able to know that, let me handle that. Like I just got a question. You know, employers are never satisfied. It's true. If employers are never satisfied, I would say that some are satisfied. Jenny, don't be so this thing. There are some employers are satisfied also. Maybe that's your first workplace, but always remember, if you're having too much of, too many difficulties at your workplace, it's also time to consider maybe to look for another place to work. It might be an indication for you that you need to move further up in life, in your work life and in your life. So this is an indication for you and being put by your employer without himself knowing it. For you, he's creating a difficult situation whereby you will think, let me leave. For your colleagues in your same job, you will find them very easy with the boss. The boss are very happy with them. For them, might be this is the place where they need to stay, and for them, that's fine. They're going to stay here. They were meant to be here. For you, maybe you're meant to be somewhere else. And always remember, difficulties doesn't mean that the end result will be bad. Difficulties sometimes direct you, sometimes guide you, sometimes push you towards some different opportunities, towards some new opportunities. At the end, work out to be better than the one you had earlier. So, you have to take all these indication in your life. So life is not a random process. It is a very calculated process by the universe. It's very precise. We don't know how precise, but we understand it is very precise. So whatever indication you're being given, you have to take it quite individually and move ahead. And do not have any kind of hard feeling towards anyone, because at the end of the day, those people who give you those hard feelings, they are just acting in that role just to push you in some direction. That was their role in your life. So they're fulfilling that role. Your role would be to take up those information from them and move ahead in life. If you have any other question, you may ask me. I'll try to answer them regarding this work-life balance and your life itself. And I would like also to let you know that many people I have seen myself, um, there are some people also you will see, um, when they are in a lower position, they have all fairness. When they come to a higher position, that fairness. Okay, so here it's a question of character, how strong that is. And if you're a very strong person and you're very confident in yourself, you will not be hard and harsh ever in your life because you will know how to do things easily. In fact, my own observation is people who are hard and harsh, they are trying sometimes to cover up or to hide something which they are not able to do properly. I'll give you an example for that. When I was studying, um, we had a very difficult topic. It was a topic which no one was able to understand, a particular formula. And we were we were like, I'll take that example and I'll come back to you, Jenny. Um, Not really able to understand that. Our teacher tried to explain it to us many times. We were still not very clear to it. An exam came and we were a bit worried about it. And we knew that if we get that question, that would be a bit difficult. So, so I know that this is something difficult. So we thought that maybe we are not going to score well here. And it so happened that just before the exam, we got a free period, and some old professor came and he was replacing in that period. It is not his subject, he was replacing. He's a very educated and learned man. And he happened to ask us, hey, let us know if you have any problem in your revision and so on. I know it's exam time. So we told him, so if you can help us in this problem, we're not able to understand it. He looked at that particular formula and he said, he looked at that particular formula and then he said, but what is there so difficult about this formula? He tried to explain it to us, and still we were not able to do it. To be very frank, we're not able to do it properly. What he did, he sat down, he said he understood our problem, our difficulties, at what point we were having difficulties. He broke down that big problem into 4 or 5 steps, smaller problem of 4 or 5 steps. So you proceed like this. You start with this. If you're able to reach this, then from here you reach the second phase, third phase, fourth phase, fifth phase. He broke that problem into 5 parts. And believe me, that were the easier things to do. We found it very easy. So the example I want to say here, in your life also, whether in life or at work, when you have a big problem, sometimes try to separate it, try to make it into smaller steps, and try to complete one step at a time, and then you'll see that it becomes much more manageable. See the whole problem at a go, the big problem. With lack of experience and lack of foresight, sometimes you become overwhelmed when you see a problem. But believe me, all problems that come to you are meant, uh, you have the ability to solve them most all the time. And if one or two you're not able, you're not meant to solve all the problems completely. So I'll try to take this question. Sometimes things they say or do is difficult to forgive or move on. Yes, I understand. Here it seems that some employers are saying things which are very harsh. And yes, they are in a superior position than you. They have higher authority than you. They have command over you. They can tell you to sit down, to move here, to go there, to do this task, not to do this task. They have that authority. And if you do not do it, then it will become an disobedience to orders. You're not following their instructions. They may report you. Difficulty will be more on your side. Your superiors, your supervisors, they get more listening time with their managers than you yourself. So it's like you will have to fight harder to get yourself a plane than that supervisor. I understand that. what are the things which are difficult to forgive or move on. Like I said, Jenny, in case you're having a workplace which is giving you stress day and night, um, it is very difficult for you. I would say just bear with it. Bear with it, learn resilience, and look for another place. Maybe it's time to look for another place. If you find the same supervisor being bad with everyone without exception, then you know he's having a problem. You may not take him seriously because he's having this matter with everyone. And someday, maybe all of you can sat him down and say, "Look, my dear, Mr. the Supervisor, um, we see that we just would like to talk to you. We are here to work. You're also here to work. Our roles are different. My role is at a lower end, your role is at a higher end. And whatever task I'm doing, whatever task you're doing, it all goes towards the organization." So I would say that do why don't you? We find that your way of dealing with us is a bit, excessive. Um, we don't appreciate the way you speak to us. So it would be great if you can speak to us nicely, kindly. We will also respond in the same way. And I'm sure if you knock him down like this, not really knock him down, you tell him like this, he will become conscious. Oh, I have been checked. I have been told something. Next time he'll be more careful. He's bound to be more careful. Now, if he's revengeful, it can also happen because he have got more authority, more power. He can become more revengeful. In that case, see, you have nothing to do. If someone is serious, like I always say, he's your guide, he's your supervisor, is telling you to do something which is logical, reasonable, do it by all means. But if it is not reasonable, not logical, I think you take an appointment with his supervisor, your boss, and go along you and go say, look, this is what we are being told to do, and we find it not to be reasonable and logical. We wish to inform you, the manager, and let him know what is his views. If he says, yes, no, you have to listen to the supervisor, there's no way out, I have given him that instruction, do it this way. Then say, okay, sir, we'll do it. But we are telling you this is not the right way. The productivity, the efficiency might not be the same. However, we'll keep you in mind, we'll do it. Then if you do it this way and things goes wrong, things doesn't go as it should be, then that supervisor, that manager will not be able to say much to you because they have been warned, they have been told that this process is not good. Many times decisions that are being taken at higher levels, they are not conducive for efficiency and productivity. That I have seen. Many times, a decision that are taken, they're just taken out of authority, not out of experience or any kind of ground knowledge. So when such decisions are taken, it sometimes become helpful for the individual and it gives more pressure, it gives more difficulties to those actually going through. So it does happen like this. And furthermore, I would say that don't make it an issue at work just to be always, like you're looking for trouble. I don't say you're looking for trouble, but if you find trouble coming too much, you have to address it. Talk to the people. Say, look, I'm someone who have come back. I come from home. I have a family. I'm a responsible person. I have come to work, and I would like to work. And if there is anything wrong which I'm not doing, I would like you to tell me. By all means, tell me this is wrong. I like to do it right. There's no problem, but there's a way to say things. I would understand it this way. I think if you speak like that, people will understand. But on the other side, I have also seen people at various levels, at a manager's level, a middle management level, and even at a workers level, I would say that they are not reasonable. This is also happening. We had cases where people You report yourself sick once without informing, or you come late without plausible reason, or you're not doing your work as it should be. You're at work, you're not providing the management the output that they require from you. Rather, you're giving them excuses. It does happen, though there are very few cases like this, but sometimes it do happen. Here in this case, friends, like colleagues, you can help that person and talk to that person. This is one. But likelihood is that they will not listen to a colleague telling them, hey, you're not working enough. It is unlikely that they're going to listen to you. However, the supervisor find this, they can always call those supervisors. They can call those supervisors. Sorry, the supervisors can call those workers and talk to them individually in an interview. You speak to them, try to find out regularly, um, talking to someone individually and giving attention to him, it's like pinpointing to that person become conscious. It's like, oh, I have been, you know, noticed in my workplace. I better be careful and I better pull up a bit more. So that will encourage him to do a job. And most importantly, at workplace, there's something called teamwork or team spirit. This is where, a manager is not a manager, but a leader. He's not a boss to boss around. This question of bossing around was there maybe in some very olden days, but the new management system is that we have got an objective, it's an organizational objective. Down from the messenger to the cleaner up to the CEO, they all contribute towards that vision, towards that mission. It should be very clear. It's not that the manager contributes more toward that mission and the messenger, the cleaner, they contribute less. No, it is not so. All of them, in their own way, in their own role, in their own status, they do contribute to that objective. Not we can't have a workplace just with CEOs. Required to have CEO, required to have management, middle management, supervisors, workers. We need to have everyone to make something work. So everyone is important. And from that perspective, team spirit comes into play. It is the CEO. We always say a workplace is like a family. But we say it, we don't actually mean it, nor we do anything to make it look so. If you're able to motivate your men, you're able to build trust among colleagues, among your workers, among your juniors, among your supervisors, among your superiors. If it comes from top generally, from top to bottom. If they are able to do that, nothing like it, you will find your workers will be happy. You will find they can do more in less time. They will be able to take up challenges at your workplace. They will stand with the organization. They will fight for the organization. But if that team spirit is not in place and you're just there to demotivate, just to show what went wrong, just to put pressure as if you're seeking output from a machine, then that's not the proper way of managing people. I say so because I have been managing people not one, two, but maybe 1,000 at a go, training them and making them become operational. So, uh, different categories of groups, different categories of tasks, and at different levels. So, if you're able to motivate them, make them do something, then they are just like become a part of a chain. And when you add them together, they become very strong, and your organization achieve a lot more. I hope that with these talks that I have been given, it is helpful to you. I would like to know from you. I have got Mr. Malik Panchal. How are you? Let me know. What do you feel? And if you have any question, do let me know. Same for Jenny, same for Samir. Do let me know if you have anything to say, anything to ask. Um, I'll try to answer that if I have the answer. If I do not have it, I'll try to find it out for you. I don't have all of them, but if I have them, definitely I'll try to. And if you do not have anything, any question from you, I'll just write. I see basically our probably you have got whatever I had to say. So I would say thank you to all my viewers. Thank you to all of you who have been here on this first live stream. And I do apologize for the late start. And every month, probably we'll try to do one like this. We'll try to bring a particular topic and we'll see how this benefits you. In case you have some specific questions, something which would like to know, or would like me to make a video open or make something, you do let me know. So I would say thank you and goodbye. Thank you. So thank you, all of you. And I once again say if you have, for those who are new and you would like to have more of these videos, do not forget to subscribe. If you have your friends at workplace or you would like to organize a webinar within your friend circle or at home or within a friend circle which you have, do contact me. We can have it live like this and you can sit in the coziness of your room, ask me the question that you have, and we'll try to have a lively discussion with all of you. Thank you and goodbye.